Problem number 26 is much more difficult than the previous problem we worked on, number 19. Number 19 was fairly straightforward. Once you put in the letters, you wrote the equations, which were pretty obvious, and you were good to go. The problem that you have in number 26 is you have to find a needle in a haystack. And in order to do that, you have to find triangles that you can use for patterns. What I looked for was a triangle in which I had two letters in the same triangle. And one of the triangles I saw happened to be the red triangle over here, AHG. Now, I drew it with the tail on the end so that I could use the 90 that was already in the picture, and the fact that the exterior angle 90 is equal to A plus H. I wrote that over here, but the truth of the matter is if there's a 90 on this side, there's a 90 on the other side, and you could have written the exact same equation just by adding up the angles in the corners. I did what I did because of the limitations of how I had to draw this worksheet. The next thing I did was I noticed that I had an A and a 90 in the red triangle, and I had an A and the 90 in the blue triangle, so by the no choice theorem, this corner had to have an H in it, because this is AH90 and this is AH90. So I put an H in this corner, and by vertical angles I put an H in this corner, and now I had another triangle with letters in two of the three corners and an exterior angle over here. So the red triangle, which caught my eye first, led me to this. No choice led me to the blue one. The vertical angles led me to the green one. And now the exterior angle formula again says that D is equal to H plus E. So here it is in green, D equals H plus E. My conclusion had B and D in it, and for that I noticed the purple triangle over here. The purple triangle over here, which had B in one corner and sort of D trapped in the middle here, but I already knew that D was related to E, so I knew that that was going to be my pathway from B and H to D. I took the equation D equals E plus H from the green triangle over here. If you remember, the green triangle was over here in the corner. You can look on your sheet. It's not in the window that I'm working in right now, but we got the H to be over here, and then we had a green triangle in the corner. So we have D equals E plus H, and I rearranged it so that I could get E equals, because I want to take E out and I want to put D minus H in. So now I have that H is equal to B plus, not E anymore, but D minus H instead. Now I have all the letters that I need, all the variables that I need for my conclusion. I have my H, my B, and my D. So all I did was add H to both sides and divide by 2, and there is the conclusion they wanted me to get. The problem is that you're looking for a needle in a haystack, and unless you can try to find triangles that have the numbers that you want and the letters that you want and play with them, you can't solve this problem. So just look it over, practice it on your own, pause and think about what the picture is saying, what I'm saying, and hopefully that will help you. This is definitely a C problem, and you don't have to worry that something like this would be on the test except for extra credit, but it is a good problem to practice finding that needle in a haystack. That will be the key to some of the more difficult problems later on.